Welcome back to another installment of PolitiPod. Today we have another actor doing a political move for a candidate. So let's get into it and then I will comment.
But I still came here and I got on this stage, and over the next 4 days, I'm going to continue to roll up my sleeves and do everything I can to support Team Harris. Yes. And I'm going to do everything I can to help educate my friends and my family and anyone else I can, even when it's uncomfortable.
First of all, I don't understand why people use the word educate, okay? Educate is not the right word to use. I don't believe the word educate is the proper word to use. Inform, I'm going to make sure everyone is informed on whatever it is, but educate, I really don't think educate is the right word to use.
It's that important. We can rise to this challenge together. Together. We need your help because this is the only path forward. Please, please tell all of your family and friends how important this election is.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to jump to the conclusion, but while he's saying how important it is, why doesn't he say why it's so important? Okay, I need to know why it's so important before I can make a decision on if this is where I'm going to go.
Please remind them that in Milwaukee, we just have a few days left for early voting. Okay, so please go to iwillvote.com. That's iwillvote.com and make a plan to vote early by November 3rd, or you can go on Election Day on November 5th, right? iwillvote.com. And then make a plan for how you're going to vote, and then sit down with your loved ones and help.
He's more or less like he's telling people what to do. He's not trying to encourage no one to do anything. I don't see this as encouragement at all. Now, if he's sitting up there and I'm sitting there and he's telling me this stuff and I'm like, well, what am I voting for? What am I voting for? Are you going to, if you're going to tell me to vote about someone, to vote for someone, please tell me what they stand for a little bit, please. Okay? I can't stand these celebrities that keep going up here with these half-butt endorsements that say, oh, vote for this person and vote for that person, but don't tell you why to vote for them. I mean, we don't know what situation they're in when it comes to why they're for the person that they're doing. This guy he's an actor, a comedian, or whatever he does. Stick to that. Stay out of politics, my guy.
Them make a plan to vote so that you're organized and know exactly what you're doing. When it comes to our environment, when it comes to our health, when it comes to our happiness, to our people, and especially when it comes to our freedoms. Our freedoms. The only choice is Harris and Walz. Thank you very much.
You're not welcome. You're not welcome. I mean, I don't. Okay, so don't get me wrong here. I want a strong argument, not a strong argument, but I need a strong influence. This is not a strong influence. If I'm seeing this for the first time and I have to go, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go vote for Kamala. So why should I do this if I'm seeing this guy, telling me to go vote? Why should I do it? Why should I do it? He's not giving me anything. He yells on certain parts, It's not giving me any incentive. I need some incentive, people. And I'm pretty sure everybody else needs incentive to do it too. He's not saying anything. They might have paid him to do it. We can't trust all of these actors. We can't trust these athletes, some of them. We have to, we have to look into things deeper. We can't just say, let's go do it. Now, he may have influenced some people. It depends on the level of where you're at. I'm not saying, but just for me. I'm speaking for me. I'm not speaking for anybody else. So please, let's get that right out of there, because I know politics is a touchy thing, and it took a lot for me to even do this channel. And I'm trying to find a way to where I can still get my point across without, I'm not going to offend anybody. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not going to offend anybody. I feel that I'm not offending anybody, but I'm sure people will be offended. They'll say all kind of names and stuff like that, which is fine, which is very fine. So, you can have your opinion. You can have your opinion, but it took a lot out of me to even get to this point, to do this channel. But I feel that there's a lot of things that I want to comment on and say how I feel about certain things without getting political, as in, oh, he's a Harris supporter, or oh, he's a Trump supporter, or anything like that. Because both sides, you got to look at it on both sides, right down the middle. It's like walking down the middle and you see both sides and you're like, yeah, you can fall off that cliff, and yeah, you can fall off the cliff over there. But still, you have to look at it from both sides. And there's a lot of people out there that's just like, pick a side, pick here. You got they call them MAGA Republics, and I don't know what they call the Kamala Harris people. I know they try to go with the whole Kamala Harris thing, which is not what people need. People don't need mothers. You have a mother, you know what I mean? And I don't believe the stunts that, that Trump is doing is the whole going to McDonald's and working there. What does that have to do with politics? What does that have to do with you or I? And then the whole garbage thing, you know what I'm saying? And then the whole point is we have to figure it out, okay? Because they're not the ones to figure it out. They can't figure it out. We have to figure it out, okay? So I'm just going to keep giving my opinion on these videos, and make sure you come back, put down your comment and your opinion in the comments down there somewhere, wherever you can get it in there. If you felt offended by anything that I said, please let me know what it is that you said that offended you, and we can talk about it. We can talk about it, not debate. We can talk about it as humans. Okay, so let's keep that, because at the end of the day, we all have to get up and do the same thing. These guys they have a lot of pull and a lot of different things, and us voters, we have to go through a lot. We have to go through a lot. Let's keep that in mind. We have to go through a lot, and we have to look after each other, because if we don't, nobody else will. Okay? So, that being said, I'm not inspired or anything from this whole little speech, the Keegan Michael speech. I mean, I've seen him in things I didn't, but let's all be fair to each other, okay? Let's all be fair to each other. Thank you if you made it this far in this installment of Politipod, which we're going to keep doing it. We're going to have special guest podcasts, a whole bunch of things that it's all going to surround in the political aspect, as far as news, what's going on, not only politicians, but in the news, the world news, all of that stuff. So, we're gonna keep it going that way. All right. Until next time, thank you for being here and enjoying this installment of Politipod. Later.